Look at this view. Well, hello. Thanks for tuning in. I just took a shower in the van. This is my campsite. It's beautiful. Right there. Excellent view. So I am in, I'm right on the Colorado-Utah border, but now I'm in Utah. And I'm in kind of the southeasternmost part of the state. I am just north of Hovenweep National Monument. And I went there this morning to the main portion of the monument and saw the couple more 700-year-old pueblos. It was pretty good. So check this out. I would love to get a job as like the caretaker or ranger of one of these like isolated, remote, not super popular national monuments. You know, it would be like the most peaceful thing ever. Would you look at that? I like how they built that one inside like in the rock there. It's pretty neat. They call that eroded boulder house. Unit type house. I didn't bring my pack. I didn't even lock the van. I wasn't gonna hike a whole trail, but then I just started walking. But this one seems short enough. It just wraps around this little canyon right here and gets you up close and personal with these structures. And then I'll head right back to the parking lot. Nobody's here. There's 2 cars in the parking lot, but yeah, visitor center's not open and it's very quiet. All I hear is ravens and that's it. It's 8:45 in the morning on a Tuesday, so in March. Weather's great. It's a little chilly this morning. There's a strong north breeze, but once that sun came up, though, it's pretty good. All right. Castle is to the right. Here we've got this thing. This one up here looks pretty big and impressive. It's what they're referring to as the castle. Wow. It's quite the place here. There's a sign in. Do that in a minute. Look at the size of that. Wow. I'd live here. This looks pretty good. And we have another structure right over here. I believe that is it for this area. Hovenweep Castle. That is the Sleeping Ute Mountain. Laccolith. Neat. So today I'm just editing video and kind of getting caught up on stuff. And then what I want to do is drive through this whole canyon. There's like 3 different canyon roads and they all connect. And there's one called Montezuma Canyon Road and it heads kind of north and would eventually dump me out right by Monticello on 191. And there would be a really cool, there's a Pueblo up there with a kiva that you can go inside. And I'd love to see that too. The only problem with this plan is day after tomorrow it's supposed to rain and snow. And it's it's a dirt road. There's a lot of sand and it goes through a couple of washes. So I'm really debating on if this would be a good idea or not. The other plan would be to just take the paved road, which is Hovenweep Road, to 191 and then head north all the way up to Needles again. I'm going to actually hike Needles District, but this is a really stunningly beautiful area. And this is a hell of a spot. It's kind of windy up here. If I went just a little bit further down the road, I could actually get down into this valley and be sheltered from the wind. But the southeastern corner of Utah is spectacular. This is kind of a new area for me. It's beautiful. This campsite, unfortunately, is just trashed. There's shell casings everywhere, lots of them. And then this fire pit is full of broken beer bottles and trash, but other than that, it is a perfect spot, and it's more level than where I was in the last video. So I am enjoying it here. Perfect weather though. Aside from it being kind of windy, it's like 70 degrees. But there's supposed to be a big cool down in a couple days toward the end of the week. It's still going to be decent during the day, but going to be getting back into the 20s at night. No big deal. But thanks for tuning in. In the next scene, I'll let you know what I decide on as far as drive through this epic canyon or play it safe and go to pavement. I mean, if I did the whole thing in one day, then it would be doable. But I mean, it'd be nice to break it up over a couple days. It's quite the drive, and there's so many good looking camp spots along the way. I just don't want to get stranded out here, you know. In theory, if it did rain a lot and it was going to get down into the 20s, then if I just left like at 5 in the morning when the ground's frozen, I'd be fine, but we'll see. We have a geographical survey here. (2003). Doesn't say the elevation. So even though I'm freshly showered up, I decided to go for a hike. It's I got a couple hours of daylight left, and it's just way too beautiful of an area here for me to not at least walk around. I was looking at Google Earth just to see if there's anything, like if I could identify any structures or caves or whatever, something of interest to hike to. The state line is like right over here, and there is an overhanging cliff that looks like it might be a cave. There's also this strange looking circle formation of something, but it's quite a ways away. I don't know if I'm gonna hike all the way to that, but this area is just pretty epic. This is I would want to live down in this valley. Like, this is beautiful. I don't know why people don't live here. Looks like there's water. Yeah. Anyway, I got the wrong shirt on and I didn't check how much water I have, so I'm gonna go back to the van before I get too far away. I'm right up there on that cliff. And make a couple adjustments, because I mean, this is a big place. I could get pretty far away pretty quick. I'm glad I decided to check my water. Had like less than half a liter. That's better. Grab my big hat too. So this is all BLM. I don't think you could actually purchase any of it to live on, but they definitely have cattle grazing in the area. There's some cattle guard and a fence up there. Just incredible vistas, though. Way up that canyon, Monticello, or Montezuma Canyon, I mean, there is like some private property, some little farms, and there's like a vineyard. So, I mean, it's possible. I mean, I would never have money to buy land, but yeah, this is just beautiful. Beautiful place. Wonder how hot it gets here in the summer. Probably better than a lot of places, I'm sure. Kind of up there in elevation too. So I'm kind of heading up this way. This car full of people from Colorado just drove by and talked to me for a minute. And he said, from where I'm camped, you can see an archaeological site. So now I'm going to go try to find that. It's probably that circular shaped thing I saw on Google Earth. Alright, you can just barely see my van. Way up there between those two trees. I don't want to get too far where it'll take me forever to get back. But I'm already getting quite the workout. And I'm way up there, so like getting back to the van is going to be a hill climb, you know. Still not seeing any archaeological sites. He said you can see it from where I'm at, or from where my van is at, which I've decided I'm just gonna be climbing up that on the way back. I ain't going all the way around on the road. Right now I'm on this like really old 2-track that hasn't been used in years. There's one fresh tire track, which is definitely from a dirt bike. This is an old road. Probably from some rancher way back when or something. I don't know. There's some very interesting looking rocks around here too. If you were like a rock hound or something, this would be a cool spot. Yeah, even that one dirt bike track is older, you know. Nobody's been down this road except cows in quite some time. Where it leads, I don't know. Hopefully to archaeological site or something. Treasure chest full of gold. I am really enjoying this. I'm glad I decided to get off my butt and go hiking. I am sweating now, so you know, so much for that shower, but it's okay. I need to get as much exercise as possible every day. I did hike this morning, but now that it's spring, the days are getting longer, so there's a lot more opportunity to do things, you know. Wow, this is a pretty rough section here. Alright, it's getting dark and I've gone way too far. I gotta try and climb my way up out of here. So I've been scanning this cliff, looking for a way I can scramble up. I think I'm just gonna pick a line and go for it, like right there. I was looking at over there, but that almost seems taller. Either way, I'm kind of either go back the entire way I just came. I've been hiking for like an hour and a half now. or just try to scramble up this somewhere. Yeah, I didn't see any archaeological site. I pretty much walked that entire valley, everything that you can view from where I'm camped. So I don't know what that guy was saying. I do have, back at home, not home, back at my mom's house, I have a pair of binoculars, but they're like really big, and I decided I didn't want to bring them. But that'd be kind of a cool thing to have in my pack, like a little pair of binoculars, a monocular or something, one that's not too big. Yeah, the closer I get, the steeper this looks. Oh boy. Maybe right there. I don't know. Well, I'm doing it. And I still have all of that to go. Getting there though, it's not so bad. It's a lot more intimidating looking from below. But once you get to doing it, it's like, I just gotta go slow so I don't like explode. Look at that view though. All right, I made it to the top. Oh yeah, my heart is racing. That was super rewarding. I was stubborn. I did not want to have to hike all the way back from where I came. Now I gotta figure out how to get to the van from up here. I mean, I know which way it is, but that was great. I made it. There's a couple of cows right there. And there we are. Good morning, it's the next day. I have decided I'm going to attempt to drive through this canyon. I want to at least get to that kiva, because that would be really cool to see. And I'm just going to go until I'm not comfortable with trying to proceed, because this road does go through some washes. So if they're soft and sandy, I'm going to bail. Looking at the weather, it is definitely going to snow tomorrow into Friday, so I have to at least get up and out of this canyon and find somewhere to spend the night where I won't get just totally stuck on a muddy, yeah. So I'm gonna drive up through this canyon as much as I can. If I make it all the way to the end, that would be cool. If not, I'll just turn around and head kind of back down towards a paved road. But ultimately, I'm going to kind of work my way north and west up towards Highway 191. If I make it all the way through this canyon, it'll dump me out just south of Monticello, which would be great. It's kind of the direction I'm heading anyway. But let's see if we can get to a pueblo with a kiva. That would be pretty sweet. Well, the road's flooded. I got out and looked, and it's pretty mushy. I could have maybe plowed it, like hit that shit going 30, and maybe I would have made it, but I just do not want to get stuck. So I'm heading back down to this other like intersection of this gravel road, and then I'm gonna take that, which I think will dump me out in Blanding. So we're not gonna make it to the Kiva Pueblo today. I've actually honestly been regretting this whole time, because this road has been just, I've been beating the shit out of my poor van, you know. A lot of wear and tear driving on super washboarded roads, and yeah, there's been a couple of washes that I just crossed my fingers and plowed because they were pretty sandy and soft, but you know, you get enough momentum. I definitely got good tires and ground clearance, but I have 5,000 pounds on my rear axle, so the van sinks, if you know what I mean. It's got a lot of weight, and it's an open diff rear wheel drive van, so yeah, I'm disappointed because I got pretty close. I probably could park it and just walk. Maybe I'll do that, actually. I might consider that. I don't know. Maybe I'll look at maps and see how close I actually am. If I want to go for a hike. So I could get around that on foot, no problem. But okay, round trip on foot would take me 5 hours. I wasn't as close as I thought. So, yep, I'm heading, gonna try to get into Blanding, and then we'll figure out from there where I'm gonna spend the night. Alright, I've made it to Blanding. I've been scoping out places to camp the whole way, and there were some options, but none of them were really that great. So what I think I'm gonna do is go down to this recapture reservoir, which is just a little bit up the highway, and it looks like there's plenty of camping there. It might be paid, we'll see. It is BLM, but I think it'd be a good option. I'm gonna pretty much just hunker down and see what the weather does. All right, so as far as like the feng shui of this campsite, I would park right here with my door pointing towards the lake, but right here I am less than 1 degree off each way, so that's as level as I'm gonna get, and I'm cool with it, actually. So, home sweet home. Look at that. Got my own frickin' lake. Literally to myself. There's no that other truck left. There's nobody here. I have an entire lake to myself. So, there is no signage at all saying, it doesn't even say 14-day limit. It doesn't say no camping. It doesn't say pay to camp here. There's nothing. It doesn't say day use only. According to Onyx, this is all BLM here. I have plenty of food, water. I dump my trash. And I could basically just stay here as long as I want. You know me, I get sick of somewhere after a few nights, but yeah, this is it. I'm gonna hunker down. See what kind of snow we get, if any. That'll determine my next move, or the timing of, rather. My kind of tour of the Southwest for this season is coming to a close. I'm gonna hike Needles District of Canyonlands, and then it'll be about time to take Theodore to get his procedure done at the vet in Grand Junction. And then I'm gonna start heading basically back to Nebraska because I have some work to do to the van. I got plenty of projects in the works, or planned, I should say. And it probably won't be until next fall that I end up back here in Utah. So I love it here, though. This has been the best winter of my whole life, really. Yeah, it's freaking great. Hiking and exploring and being able to pick my own weather for the most part, you know? Like if I wanted it to be 80 degrees and never snow, I'd be in southern Arizona. But I like some 60s. The snow's not going to bother me that much. It's actually going to be really pretty watching the snow fall around here. You see those mountains? Those are all going to be white, probably, by Friday morning. Well, same story as yesterday. I took a nap. Now it's evening time. Well, it's about 3:45, but I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to walk around the whole lake, I think. I don't know how long it is, but it doesn't seem like that big of a lake. I have some neighbors now, too. They're in a big Class C, whole family. But that's it, and they're far away. No biggie. Audio's going to be crap for this because it's windy, but still a very nice day. Get some exercise. I don't know about walking around up over there. I'll probably have to walk along the highway for a couple minutes, but yeah, just try to do a loop around this lake if possible. If not, I'll make it as far as I can and then turn back. Interesting. I don't know what that's for. Something you dig things up out of the beach with, perhaps. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm looking at here. Doesn't look like a big enough diameter for a... Anyway. I'm sure I'll find lots of interesting stuff on the beach. The water level is super low here. You can tell it's normally, or once was, much higher. My left knee is pretty beat right now from all the hiking, but that don't mean I'm going to stop. Plus tomorrow, well, it's supposed to snow around 2 p.m., so I do have like all morning, but we'll see what the weather really does. Not expecting it to be too significant, but I do want to keep hiking like every day. I really enjoy it. It's good exercise. I saw an eagle, which is, it's been a while. Normally it's ravens everywhere, but yeah, bald eagle. So here I'm gonna have to go up and then walk along the highway. It's the only way across. Then I can get right back down over there. Here we have the outlet. Two massive culverts. And then this is like a spillway. The water is far from this. So yeah, this is the intended water level. But yeah, it just goes across the road. Anyway, I have to climb up that now. I'm actually following a deer path, which is so far so good. Looks like it does kind of jut up toward the road right there, though. A little island here. Kind of neat. Wow. Get back in here. Got this whole little hidden kind of cove up in here. It's pretty nice. You know, this would actually have been a great place to use my kayak. I mean, I do have all morning tomorrow. Might have to do that. We'll see. This is adding quite the distance to my hike here. And now I know that I could have just kept walking along the highway. That's okay. All right, there's the end of it. I just hopped across these rocks. The north side was quite muddy. Over here it's good because it's, you know, getting sun all day. But well, I'm up on these rocks now. That was a ton of work just to get from there to over here. But I know the further west that I go towards the inlet of the lake, the more it smooths out and becomes just a walk in the park. But for now, I think I'm going to take the high road here because I don't really feel like fighting all those rocks just to get nowhere. And we are now on flat, easy terrain. There's the van way over there. T-ball. Nice. I was like, damn it, I gotta go around all this. And then I saw there's this tiny little natural berm, dike, bridge, dam. Looks a little muddy toward the end there, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, this end of the lake is much more walkable. Oh yeah, it's getting pretty squishy. Ugh. At least there's enough rocks where I can kind of keep from totally sinking in. Ah, made it. Not too shabby. It's real nice down here. Big open areas. Plenty of places to camp. There's a group of people over there fishing. I asked him if they're biting. He said no. And it looks like I'm definitely going to be able to get to the other side, which is good. I would have hated to have to do all this twice. So that's where the inlet is. And as you can see, there are mountains there. So this would be supposedly all the runoff from the melting snow and rain from those mountains. It's pretty dried up. Found me a pair of safety glasses. They're actually not scratched up at all. I don't want them though. That's worth like $3. And we're back. That took an hour and a half. I'm gonna let the cats out, and then I will see you guys in the morning. Well, my neighbors left. It's very windy. Terrible day for kayaking. I considered it. The lake was still this morning, and I pulled it out of the van and was about to unbox the thing, and then the wind really picked up. So I said, you know, this is probably a bad idea. And it's 40 degrees, so, you know, if I punctured my inflatable kayak, I would have had to book it back to shore so I don't get hypothermia. I'm almost out of water again. I was going to take another shower in the van, but yeah, I'm kind of screwed. But I'm close to Blanding, so that's my plan, to get water there somehow tomorrow or the next day. Cutie Butts is in the weeds here, just chilling. Theodore is napping. He was rowdy earlier, and yep, the storm is rolling in. See how white those mountains get later. It's supposed to just be a dusting in lower elevation, but they're talking up to 6 inches in the San Juans and stuff, so I am all alone here again at this lake, and I'm enjoying it. About to cook some fajitas. I bought fresh food in Cortez that you can only get a few days before you got to cook it, so that's the idea. Well, as you can see, it did not snow. It's actually not bad at all. Those mountains got a little bit, I think, but yeah, that didn't happen, which is fine. I'm not complaining. I am completely out of water. Somehow I used 20 gallons of water in a week, so today's plan is to I need water, shower, laundry. I gotta charge up my batteries, so that's what I'm gonna be doing, is just finding somewhere to basically refuel. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here because I'm gonna be doing nothing exciting for the next 2 days. And then I'm heading up to Needles District. I'm gonna do some pretty epic hikes. So I know this video was kind of boring, but you know, it's a Wednesday one. But tune in Saturday for something a little more exciting. But yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Take care. See ya.